hatefully about about the Yoruba tribe. And she lives in Canada. I would not be able to say the things she said here because it's not good for radio. And then she said all of those things. And Abike Nabiri, her position, has spotted her, published her pictures, and said that people will be reporting her to the Canadian and all that. But however, it has also elicited lots of reactions because people said, oh, all the while the Lagos media are trying to also incite what they term ethnic genocide to the group. Abike Nabiri was silent, she didn't say anything. And then why is she acting the same way, in the same sweet manner she acted to bring this official woman out? She should also act in that sweet manner to get the handler of that group. And perhaps people who are joining her, people who follow her and know what their motive is and all that. How do we allow, I don't want to say it's politicians, but I almost want to believe it's politicians. How do we allow ourselves to beat ourselves unnecessarily?
Well, I think it has to do with live exposure, orientation and education. Live exposure, orientation and education. Number one, if you are not exposed in life, if all the people that you've been mingling with, if you are born in a community, you've lived in that community, you grew up in that community, you've been mingling with your fellow Igbo or fellow Yoruba or fellow Hausa people, definitely there will be this kind of like resistance of tolerance to other ethnic group in the country. But what I can say is, before you hate your fellow human being, why not first look at you yourself, then look at your finger. If your fingers are not equal, so do you expect like every other person to reason like you when the answer to whatever is mystery for you is right within your own physique? So if your fingers are not equal, definitely you will know that people will come from different ethnic groups, people will have different orientation, people will have different perspective to life. For instance, if you have good exposure, in some tribe, they prostrate to greet. But in some tribe, if you go there and prostrate to greet, like in Europe, the Oyibo man will be thinking, does this man have epilepsy? Why is it that he's always falling down when he sees his people? He won't know that you are greeting. He would think you have epilepsy.
It's just like you saying Sasa or sorry to someone in the US or UK.
Yeah.
And ask you didn't hurt me. Why you say sorry to me?
Exactly.
It's a culture, almost like
exactly.
Or an attitude.
While I was studying, it's a crime for you to tell your boss, man. You see, those kind of characters, you see that we'll see our boss and we'll be shaking, we'll say, ma. No, you don't do it over there. So the thing is, if you decide to play the ethnic card, what you are falls under the theory of instrumentalism. You are being used as an instrument by the political class to achieve their own aim. Now they will achieve their own aim and go. The consequence will live with you. And you see, some of these people that are inciting these things for political gain, why don't you learn? Why don't you be wise? Because with these people, if they see themselves, the way they relate, the way they interact. I remember when Tinubu and Atiku saw themselves at the airport before the election. See the way they were embracing each other. You understand? See the way they are embracing each other. See the way they are laughing. If Tinubu, the president, receives a call right now that something is wrong with the son of Peter Obi, he will unleash all the state machinery to make sure that that boy is safe. He will do all within his power. He will forget politics first. Same also if Peter Obi had won the election. If he hears that something is wrong with Sheyi, he will unleash all he has in his capacity to make sure that that boy is safe. So if they can love themselves that much, then why do we hate ourselves? Why do we play all this ethnic card? Why do we like to show hatred to another person? And the truth is, some of you that are showing hatred, you are working in an organization owned by Igbo person. Go and resign. If you don't like Yoruba, if you don't like Yoruba, if you are working in an organization owned by Yoruba person, go and resign tomorrow so that I can take you serious. Right, if you go, if you wait now, okay, give me time, please. If you go to, if you are a Yoruba man and you schooled in the East, if you are now showing hatred against Igbo people, go and return that certificate to that school. Say you don't want again. Because why? You gain that certificate in the East. If you school in Yoruba land and you earn certificate and you hate and you are not showing ethnic hatred, go and return that certificate to that school. So the thing is, you see, we just choose to hate because when you are going on the street, if you see an Igbo girl that is fine, you go Guamu, you go align with her, you go on relate with her, you go on hug her. Make I pause there.
All right, so let's run you through the hot topics very quickly. Welcome to the show. So on the hot topic this evening, very quickly, protests erupt across Canada as 70,000 international students face deportation. And I thought this will interest you. Go ahead, please.
Angry youth attack Rep in Bauchi, accused lawmaker of poor representation.
The youth attack Rep.
In Bauchi.
Okay, so tertiary education age limit. Tinubu's government behaves like sailor lost on high seas. Article.
I'm still talking about article now. This says you can't contest for president under PDP in 2027, but the judge is telling Atiku this.
Oh, by the way, Atiku Abubakar has responded to that very quickly. I trust him to come for a rebate very quickly. And very quickly he said, I'm preoccupied with Nigerians' plight, not 2027. Atiku not body judge. Silence. Go ahead, please.
Alleged importation of toxic fuel will occupy filling stations nationwide. Group 1s.
Okay, and where are we again? Wale Jun, Tinubu will soon send whistleblower bill to National Assembly. Hey.
And this says NLC asks national officers affiliates to accompany Ajero to police headquarters on Thursday.
Okay, and then Bajabi Amila, no timeline yet for implementation of Oronshire's reports.
And police arrest naval officer for killing ex-naval chief's son.
All right, ladies, these are the hot topics that we have. But let's take a quick break. Okay, you know, as we do it, we'll be right back very, very quickly as we begin to dissect the hot topics very soon. Stay with us. Which one are we?
Asu. Seems plenty here now.
Listen.
Asu. LG meeting and so.
No, we don't have time. Just mention it. We don't have time for that. Dr. Dijime just mentioned that the ASU meeting with the president was adjourned. You know they're planning to go on strike.
I don't know anything.
You don't need to send Dr. Dijime's story.
We've been at them jazz.
When you started?
I'll start with the international student process because my heart shape.
I will go to education and tertiary education.
Now I make a line them up like that. Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People. Let's begin from the foreign scene. You know, they say charity begins at women, but this time we'll start with charity from someone else. So we hear that tens of thousands of international students, including Nigerian students, took to the streets across Canada this week in a wave of protest against new immigration policies introduced by the federal government. According to a report by City News Toronto on Monday, the demonstrations, which drew approximately 70,000 students, occurred in major provinces, including the province Edward Island, Ontario, Manitoba, and British Columbia. The protest came in response to a series of immigration reforms that have left many international students fearing deportation. In 2021, the Canada abolished the post-graduation work permit program, which had previously allowed international students to gain valuable work experience in the country after completing their studies. Compounding the issue, the federal government introduced a 2-year cap on international student visas last year. As of 2023, international students made up to 37% of study visa holders in Canada. However, the recent cap on student visas is expected to reduce the intake of foreign students by 35%, a move the government argues is necessary to alleviate pressures on housing, unemployment, and public services. Now, in June, the Canadian government further tightened regulations by announcing that foreign nationals would no longer be able to apply for a PGWP at the border. So this decision has sparked fears among students who are concerned about their future in Canada. Student advocacy groups, including so many of them, have warned that many international graduates could face deportation once their work permits expire at the end of the year. So there's lots of complaints. Dr. Richie, you know that this is like a jurisdiction, and I thought to raise it. What do we do about this? The fear for this is because a lot of people use this, in the Nigerian way. They use this, medium to quickly japa out of Nigeria. So, what would we have done better in Nigeria to ensure that we bring back business, even if they studied abroad, and they would have to come back home to put in that expertise and experience in our country?
Well, the thing is, it will be very difficult for the abroad expatriates, majority of them, all of them, to return back to the country, because imagine you've been existing in an environment where there is no light. Even, there are some people that stood abroad that whenever they are around, the way their people will be talking, clamour. I can't count how many insults I've received, from some of my friends and families. But the truth is that these are some kind of structural, institutional issues. For instance, if you are opportune to, let me use academic as an example. If you are opportune to school abroad and you are well minted and they hot, there are some people in that department that you are trying to go to that have been redundant. They are just there. They've turned themselves into oracle there. So if you come back and you are feeling fly, they know how to kind of like frustrate you. So we don't have a system that encourages the best. We have a system that encourages mediocrity. And the thing is that we operate. How do you expect people to come back when whatever certificate you hold, whatever degree you hold, you cannot compete favorably on the job market? Nigeria is one of the rare countries whereby if you hold a first class, you see that third class, we owe letter from senator, they go employ and leave you, we get first class. So how do you expect good brains to return to the country? And I pity people, you see, may we not be unlucky. I can say people that are going for diaspora education now, majority of them are quite unlucky. The reason why I said so is that since the towards the end of the Buhari regime and now the Tinubu regime, the exchange rate, so if you're thinking you can do self-sponsor, the way the exchange rate will deal with you, and that's why if you go to all these universities abroad, we have different categories of students. The one that, when I get there, when we go rugged down, we go survive. If I can survive for Nigeria, I feel survive for there. There are people that are being, given money back home. There are some people that be okay. When I get there, I will work and I will kind of like, survive. But the truth is, you see those that are being given money back home. Now that the economy, for instance, for you to have $10,000, you need, I think, 16 million naira. Am I correct? Yeah. 16 million naira. Now, the truth is, how do you get 16 million naira? How easy is it to get that 16 million? How easy it is? So the thing is, gone are the days whereby people that don't have much, that's why I can count myself as lucky, because I have scaled through that before now. But the truth is, if it is now, in the university in the UK, if you have to pay like £15,000, depending on the school, that £15,000 now, how much is it? And apart from that, you need like pre-expenses, pre-travel expenses, flight, application fee, visa application fee, a whole lot of expenses. So that's why you see that when Nigerians go there, and some of these countries that Nigerians are going to, the environment that Nigerians are going to, Nigerians are already there. So the place is already choked. It's already saturated. And when you now get there, survival now becomes an issue. So you see Nigerians that are sleeping on the street. Nigerians are now owing school fees. Because why? To cope is not easy. When you are going to the school, if $1 is 800 naira, now $1 is 1,600.
Shouldn't there have been
how do you expect
this have been enough reason for African countries like Nigeria, for instance, to take its educational system even more serious? We're not even meeting the United Nations budgets for education.
Well, I think there should be a policy. I think there should be a policy that all the students of the politicians should be studying in this country. If their children are to back their degrees in this country, our educational system will be great. Why do I say so? If you are looking for their kids, go to first 100 university in the world. Google it. First 100 university. You see, out of that first 100 university, pick the one. They won't like this thing that I'm saying because they know it's the truth, but I will say it. Pick the ones that are in UK. US, Canada, Australia. Pick those 4 countries. Those first 100 universities that are in those countries, go there. Go and be looking at the plaques there. You will find the sons and daughters of your ministers.
Thank you.
You will find them there. Wait, please. And when you find them there, you will find them living large. You see, there's a difference between being abroad and you are managing. They are not more. I said they are living large. They are living large more than the citizens of that country. The way they spend, and you'll be imagining that. Wait, are you more Nigerian than me? So the thing is that politician doesn't have the fear of God. They not only send their kids to the best school, and that's why I pity. See, you no get money, you no go better school. Igbo man wey fit help your destiny, you still dey hate am. Yoruba man wey fit help your life, you still dey hate am. They take and do you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
We're still talking about education, but bringing it down to Nigeria, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has condemned the federal government directive that admission to tertiary institutions should not be given to candidates less than 18 years old. Atiku made his position known in a statement on his Facebook handle describing President Bola Tinubu's government as behaving like a lost sailor on high seas. That's according to Atiku. You may recall that the Minister of Education, Takiru Maman, had directed that admission to tertiary institutions should not be given to candidates less than 18 years. And in Atiku's voice, he noted that the minister noted that 18-year-old benchmark is in line with the 6334 system of education.
Sorry, can I comment on that topic?
Let me just break it down a little bit.
So Atiku's response,
yes. However, reacting to his statement, Atiku opined that the recent policy of the Federal Ministry of Education pegging age limit to entry to tertiary institutions was an absurdity and disincentive to scholarship. According to him, the policy runs foul of the notion of declination of responsibilities in a federal system of government such as we are. And he gave, made it feel swipe like, according to him, it gives a graphic impression of how the Tinubu government behaves like a lost sailor on the ice.
Okay, so Dr. DJ, I know that you want to comment on this, but the real issue here is that if the federal government has not pegged the entrance to university at 18, it pegged the entrance, the age limit to write WAEC at 18. That is to say that if your child is not up to 8 years old, the child must be 18, you cannot write WAEC. But the real worry here is that lots of students who are in secondary school right now are likely to graduate at the age of 16, 17. Some of them even 15. Some of them even 15. So shouldn't this have been a process that should be phased out gradually from primary school by defining the age limit to entrance into primary school? So that any child who wants to enter primary school from this September now must be of a certain age. So that before the child will finish primary and get to finish secondary school, he must have been 18. Instead of saying that those who are already in secondary school now, even if they like, let them be 16. After they graduate, they cannot write WAEC. So what would they be doing for that 2 years? I know that you can't wait to jump in. Just go ahead.
When I first heard of this story,
yes, please,
I felt very sad.
Why?
That, you see, we should have fear of God. Do you know why?
Why so?
People that benefited from free education under Awolowo,
Scholarships.
that benefited from free education, that they were giving them milk. That when I was having a chat with a 90-year-old woman in 2012 because I like wisdom of the elderly. I wasn't born during their time, but they take me back and give me empirical fact. The woman told me that during their time, by the time you are graduating, that your mother will feel like a king because there are companies already waiting to hire you. They will give you free car. That life was so easy. If you benefited from free education, you now have the effrontery to set when they can write entrance exam to 18 years. And the reality is, what is the assurance that when you write that exam at 18 years, you will pass? I'm sure that a lot of people listening to me did not write GCE once. Did not write WAEC. I didn't write my own once. So imagine I was only opportune. I wrote my first GCE in SS2. Although I didn't pass much, but it gave me that exposure. Then they will say, oh, use it to gain experience. Yes, that, okay, the next one would have gained the experience. And it's true. So if I'm only permitted to write GCE or WAEC at 18,
how many times do I want to write it?
So if I write it the first time and I use it to gain experience, the second time, if they give me withheld result, don't forget there's withheld result too. Precious talk now.
Yes,
you write GCE well now. You be ancient GCE candidate. I will write WAEC whether you are regular. I want to know. I want to know many times you wrote WAEC. I must write WAEC. They should give me your result like Buhari. They should send your result. So the thing is, if you write it the first time, and at that first time you use it to gain experience, the second time, if you write it and your result was withheld, if you are not lucky, the third time if you write it, you have English, you don't have maths. Excuse me, have they not ruined
You're in your 20s.
Have they not ruined your educational career, for God's sake? So why, of all the things in the world, you see, it makes my heart bleed. If we are the capital of the black race, and I happen to be a citizen of that country, I want to see great intelligence. I was speaking to a man in diaspora, an Igbo man one day. We had a very good conversation. At some point, he looked at me and said, if you are this intelligent, then what is wrong with your country? Why? I felt ashamed. What he said was ringing in my head for 3 days. And you were just ringing in my head, what is wrong with your country? What is wrong with your country? So the thing is, people cannot, it is not a gift. Result is not a gift. So if you now peg it at 18, that means that you have limited people's access to education. And I can tell you that there are brilliant kids these days, the kind of kids that God is, unleashing on earth these days. Their brain is so sharp. So you are telling me that if a child finishes school at the age of 15, and that child is able to have good work at the age of 16, before guys will begin to toast that girl, before her eye go open, she won't have access to education till 18. And this is some of the things that makes, don't you notice that in Nigeria and Africa, before we achieve it, I'll give you an example. When I started my PhD, the husband and the wife, young couples, fresh couples, my landlady, both of them have PhDs. I'm older than them. Yeah. If you are young and you have, as I did so, some people see, they look at me, that PhD, why is this so? For example, if you go to some of these universities, you see old men, they never get PhD. You see some of them, they are still struggling to come for seminar, and they don't know anything, but I don't want to go into that story. If not, I'll give you some examples of some of these lecturers that, that molest girls. Come and see them abroad when they come from seminar. Though they don't know. They don't know anything. But that's another topic for another day. So if you want to limit access to an education that is already not affordable. For instance, I will tell you, that's why I said maybe I'm a bit lucky because I'm not that old. Now Nigeria are bad. I'm not that old. The truth is, when I was doing my BSc, I did not pay more than 12,000 naira.
You don't want to go there now.
As school fees. Till I got, I did not pay more than 12,000. So now, if you want to go to school, they are paying 250, 300. How easy it is for you to see 250,000, 300,000 naira. If you are a parent and you are a good striker or you are a goalkeeper and you have like 4 kids, the age gap between your kids will be maybe 1, 2, 3 years, depending on how see Ronaldo you are. Promise I can see you smiling.
Okay.
I don't want to declare you a game mistress because the way you are smiling.
Let's go to other conversations. So to politics, the former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Chimbode Jared, says former Vice President Atiku Abubakar must wait till 2031 if he wants to contest for the presidency. I mean, he's saying this because he says that it is the constitution of the PDP, of the party, that a Southerner should be in power at this time, based on the zoning principles of the PDP. And he also did say that even in that 2027, Atiku will already be 81 years old. And this is the time for him to embrace the President Joe Biden concept of allowing the young or younger generation to run for the highest office in the land. So he said he doesn't have anything against him. So he's just saying that. But however, Atiku Abubakar has swiftly reacted to that. And he said he is currently preoccupied with the plight of Nigerians. This suffer, what will they suffer for this country? Where will they suffer? He said Nigerians who have been exposed to unprecedented is there, how do we, how will take talk about people English? That is hunger where they are unnecessary I say English. Hunger when no get mates. I mean, okay. He said, Ogatiko said that, say in they concerned now, more concerned about the kind of hunger when no get mates, when no know anybody, when Nigerian people did hunger, and the deprivation amidst plenty, not permutations for 2027. That is to say, they lack when Nigerians they lack and suffer when they suffer, even though say their papa land get make and honey. Now what's in the suffer, now what's in they think of now. It's not be 2027 now you think about it. I can't say, what's going on here? Don't listen.
Well, the truth is, sincerely, I believe that if you are trying to catch something since 1993, because Atiku Abubakar has been interested in the presidency since the days of MK Abiola. Yes. MK Abiola, with profound respect to him, he has even forgotten that he come to this sinful world. And you are still 1993. This is 2024. And the next election is 2027. Please, I don't know, what is there in Nigeria's presidency? Because the truth is, sometimes, I really pity these guys. For instance, if you say you want to become Nigeria's president, you want to put Nigeria's wahala for your head. If not that, there is, the premium we place on politics is more that if you are a president, you are like a demigod. You can promise heaven and earth, and put people inside suffering. Nigeria is a country where you can promise renewed hope and give people hopelessness. If not that, it is that kind of country. Why would somebody like Atiku Abubakar be interested in contesting again? Please, award organizers, they should give Atiku veteran contestants, because every year he always appear. What I believe is, why don't he sell that idea? Why didn't he sell that idea? What he wants to do, use it to raise one young candidate. Sponsor, you've been a custom officer for so many years. You've been vice president from 1999 to 2007. You've worked with different kind of people. Atiku Abubakar is a good striker. He married Igbo, he married Yoruba, So the thing is, are you saying that in the course of your years, there's no other person that can do these things? It must be you. And let us not look at Nigeria's antecedent. The person that tried it, that it must be me. What did we gain last? That person is Buhari, when he turned himself into veteran contestant. And if you can remember, where they were bringing different slogans, February, that's February, they are using it for February. Yes, when they postponed the election, they changed it to March for Buhari. When Buhari came there, what did we experience? Monumental, unprecedented hunger, starvation, poverty, and insecurity. So if that is experienced, you now want me to give Atiku another chance. If Buhari had done well, we would have think that, okay, maybe by the time you are contesting, you are using it to gather policies. You are using it to kind of like articulate your view that when you get there, Nigeria will be better. But if the situation of Buhari is anything to go by, definitely you cannot. And another thing we should consider is there's no way age will naturally tell on you. You cannot cheat nature.
Okay.
So if you are at that age and you are still struggling to become the president, you will get there now. You will now be sleeping. You get there, you'll be carrying our jet to say you are going to France. Go and be spending our money on medical tourism. You will get there now. Your age will come and tell you that, oh God, if you don't buy it, you will die. You say, oh, go and buy it. You will get there now. They tell you that they should turn education before they write GCE and why it should be 18 years. You will approve it.
All right. So, Dr. Deji, let's move on.
Is there no other young person?
Now, still to
Precious for president. I don't vex.
We don't want to
promise for VP.
Now, young leader wants
Precious for president. Promise for VP.
What's he talking about leadership? I remember representing Ningi Wadaji Federal Constituency of Bauchi State in the House of Representatives. Adamu Achimu Ranga narrowly escaped being mocked by angry youths who allegedly attacked his convoy in Lungi. Daily Post, according to them, reports that Ranga, who was elected in 2023 under the People's Democratic Party (PDP), had attended the funeral of the late Emir of Lingi, Muhammad Yanusu Danyaya, on Sunday, along with other prominent figures from the Lingi Emirate Council. However, during the event, some youths of his constituency expressed their displeasure for his representation, accusing him of neglecting them since his election and relocating to Abuja. The youth began chanting Bamuyi, Bamuyi in Hausa, which means, and which translates to, "We do not want you," while throwing sand and stones at the lawmaker as he was leaving the late Emir's palace around 5:42 p.m.
Dr. Vijay.
Okay. So if it has gotten to this point, Dr. Vijay, I don't know. So because a lot of, especially northern leaders, a lot of them, the present minister Matawale was accused, of not even going to the state and local government due to insecurity, based in Abuja. The Kaduna State governor, present one, has still been accused somehow of living in Abuja and governing from Abuja instead of the state. What's your take?
Well, the thing is, everybody has their own stretch limit. If you campaign, if you promise heaven and earth, and when you get there, you begin to do as you like. The thing is, you can deceive the people, but you cannot always deceive everybody every time. So when you make a promise that you will do this and you didn't do it, you've been rolling with people before, you've been greeting people, you've been prostrating, you now say because you won election, maybe they even read the election for you, you now begin push shirt for agbada, you now they carry shoulder pad, they will greet people again. You will say now you they call them, now they will call you, you won't pick. You that you will walk freely before, now you are using escort, and you are using your escort to raise dust on people's faces. Now you are now using your money to snatch people's girlfriends, snatch people's wife, snatch people's land. This is what some of these guys do now. Am I not saying the truth? Don't they do it?
I wanted to ask particularly, what is it with African leaders, with misrepresentation of their people? Is it in our DNA? Is it genetic? What is wrong with us Africans and leaders?
Well, the thing is that, sincerely, I believe some of our people in Africans, the masses, are kind of like, they are politically passive. And that can be adduced to poverty. For instance now, in fairness to Nigerians, you have kids, you are here to pay house rent, you are still receiving the same salary that you are receiving before Tinubu got there. You are preoccupied with survival. That affects your political timing. So in that kind of instance, these guys just believe that they are there for themselves because why? They are not being checkmated by the people. Another thing is, in Africa we have what we call personalization of state. That you see, because you are occupying a public office, you don't see the state as your own personal entity. You don't see that you are there for the people. Whereas the great Bentham Mills says that you are occupying that office to seek the happiness of the greatest number of people within your jurisdiction. But what we have is you are seeking the interest of you, your family, and the truth is, it has been asserted politically that when you minus interest, what will be remaining will be nonsense. What do I mean by that? If you are a politician and you want to take a decision, if you minus the interest of your wife, you minus the interest of your girlfriend, you minus the interest of your brother, promise you are laughing. No, that's how they roll. That is how they roll. Go to Abuja, go to all these luxury hotels, you see there, the way they treat all these small girls with chicken change. They are hearing me. They know I'm saying the truth. That's how they do. Oh my God. In fact, pray that one politician should not have interest in you. Maybe by next week you won't be in this studio because the way they will spoil your life with money. That's the way they are doing.
All right, so Dr. Vijay, let's move to this conversation. The reason, because it's important, because P2B just the other day did raise a fear that Nigeria may begin to slide towards Banana Republic if whistleblowers are not protected. And the good thing is that Wale Edungo is the coordinating minister of the economy and minister of finance, says President Bola Tinubu will soon send a whistleblower, will soon send a bill seeking to protect whistleblowers to the National Assembly for its consideration and passage. And so remember that the whistle policy was introduced by the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari in 2016. But attempts to enact a legislative framework have failed repeatedly.
Do we need a whistleblower policy before you protect whistleblower?
That
pidom of a guy. That pidom of a guy.
Now whistleblower.
He blow whistle.
They said he released they classified documents.
What is he blow whistle? Person blow whistle.
Because he was the one that first of all proved to all
the people who do the wrong when he blow whistle against
90 billion around.
They drink wine. They drink wine now. The whistleblower, he dey prison, mosquito dey bite am. So I want to judge you by your action, not what you say. If you are here to send a bill and the person that blow whistle, he dey inside, cell now. He dey cool off inside cell. The people that blow the whistle against, see, I think what should be particular to government is public interest. Whether classified document or unclassified document, the truth is, this person have blown it. For instance, if I happen to be the maybe head of one ministry, and they are saying Dr. Deji, and you now discover that this Dr. Deji, since his certificate is not genuine, mine is genuine anyway. Feel free to write my school; they will confirm it for you. Now, if you now tell them, and you now blow the whistle, you now leave the person that blew the whistle, that is trying to help Nigeria, that is trying to help community. You now went after the whistleblower. If corruption is not in the DNA of the people in government, why should you go against a whistleblower? Are you not supposed to protect the whistleblower so that it will be easy for people to blow more whistle? Now people are throwing away their whistle. Who want blow whistle? It's true now. Who want to blow whistle?
Someone currently in power.
Do you know that during the Buhari time, the reason why people were blowing whistle, any small thing they don't blow, is because there's a reward.
5% or so reward.
You
but
know.
Remember, there was a time that even with that whistle that was blown, there was an argument of what the whistleblower, the amount the whistleblower saw, and there was also such argument about the exact amount that was in the location vis-a-vis the amount that was recorded.
You know. So the thing is, you see, the thing is, why is it that? Why is it that?
You remember the
yes. Why is it that when you have a government in Nigeria, I think this government is worse than how could this happen to this country? Wait until another government come into power before you see that government. I never believed that within a space of 1 year you can sit down and think Buhari is a good guy. Buhari. Buhari. You know. No, I think Buhari. He will be hearing me that Buhari. You are not thinking that Buhari is a good guy. Tinubu, why? Why would they disappoint me like this? That you do know that Nigerians are now seeing Buhari as a good guy. Buhari will leave.
But he said
Buhari did not leave 8 years ago. Maybe they imagine say maybe we were young that time. We never know what's up. Buhari that left just a year ago, people now they see Buhari as good guy. Because say if you be whistleblower under Buhari, you still they get 5%, right? Your life still fit change if you go blow whistle like $50 billion.
Alright, so let's move forward to NLC matters now. The Nigerian Labour Congress has
Buhari time people they look for witchcraft. Where they go take know where money they to blow whistle. They look for witchcraft. But now
let's move on to more stories. We're running out of time. NLC has asked all national officers and affiliates.
People may not go YouTube see as precious they smile.
To accompany
precious they smile.
President to the Nigerian Police Force NPF headquarters on Thursday. The police had invited Ajero for questioning over a case of alleged criminal conspiracy, terrorism, financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cyber crime.
Okay, so yes, this Joe Ajero's case, Dr. Deji, why is he looking like the NLC body? It's looking at it like there is more to it than the accusation. Remember, it is said that a wanted criminal was housed or given accommodation in that building. And some parts of the union assume that is a witch hunt.
You see this.
But if you call for president, should you not just go and
you see this Joe Ajero guy? They confuse my brain. I don't know whether to support her, whether to take it. Because if you look at one kind, you see this Joe Ajero guy, like, what's up with this guy? If you look at another guy, you'll be like, let's say this guy, let's say they make sense small. But when you are fighting for 250k, where the guy huffed me, he huffed me totally. Till now, I never dey home.
What?
I think they look for how to recharge myself. Tinubu economy they had to recharge no dey easy. When they were saying 250k, now so that they shout minimum wage. All of a sudden, they enter with Oga Tinubu. You know, I don't know why Balablu is coming to me. I'm sorry. The president, they came to.
Apologies. Just go ahead.
Okay. The thing is, when they came out from that meeting, Ajero changed channel. They say, oh, they've agreed on 70k.
And they goes out.
And they say Igbosa. From 250k to 70k. You can't come out, they smile. Where people, they look at you, say, you know, you be their messiah. Their action at that point in time,
was not visible now,
oh, precious. If 250 is not visible, the negotiation that I've always seen is now, it's just that you went to market, you don't know how much you want buy them. The seller don't know how much they want sell them. Now go they drag, they come down small. But you were saying 250k, you just went into a meeting, few hours meeting. You agree on 70k and you are saying Gbosa and you came out smiling. What kind of Gbosa is that? Play me the tape of that meeting. I want to see what happened in that meeting. What did the president said that convinced you and you are saying Gbosa? So the thing is, and another thing is, I believe that sincerely, sometimes the more serious thing, sometimes God positions you strategically to be an oasis in the desert. As at when the president announced first subsidy gone, Joe Ajero was the oasis in the desert of Nigerians. Unfortunately, that oasis was missing at that crucial point in time. If Joe Ajero give it to Adams or Shiomole, his ways may be political, you know, but give it to him. If Joe Ajero had acted immediately, the president would have acted swiftly to cushion the effect of first subsidy on the life of Nigeria. Now, let us be realistic with ourselves. Let us be very realistic. Do you know how many people have developed high blood pressure? Do you know how many people can't afford to eat? Do you know how many people have dropped out of school? Do you know how many people are now homeless? Because if you are receiving 30,000 when bread was 500 naira, the same bread now is now 1.5, you are still receiving 30,000 naira. So if Joe Ajero had acted timely, definitely he would have saved a lot of people from enormous pain. So his acting came late in time, and the ending of that action said, I remember a time that they have threatened that they will go on strike. All of a sudden, he just came out and said they've called off the strike, and there was no action. They just say, oh, let us give them.
So how does that affect the conversation and the present issue that he has with the
what is how it affects is that, you see, in this country, if government, they look you, they won't get you, they know when to get you.
Oh, wow.
I'll give you an example. When Boro, Isaac Adakaboro in the Niger Delta,
yes,
when he declared Niger Delta as a sovereign nation, Gowon government, when they caught him, he was in prison. During Biafra war, they brought him, they wooed him on the side of government. He died under, according to literature, unexplainable, mysterious circumstances. Unexplainable, mysterious circumstances. So the thing is that this Ajero of a day, it may not be in the good books. They may kind of like, you know, just try to draw him close, make him feel, oh, you are a friend, back down. But if it's not in the good books of the presidency, you will surely know that they will call for you, because we've had people You go into a building according to the police. You tell that somebody is occupying the building and the person is linked to terrorism. Now you've gone after the person. What is the connection of NLC to that building?
They're the landlord.
They are the landlord.
Okay.
Wait. In Nigerian law, if my father commit a crime, I cannot be held responsible for it.
Because the first
same blood. If Precious commit a crime, you cannot be held responsible for it. They must find Precious. Look for Precious. That is the law. So if you are the landlord of a building, how does it connect to this? So the thing, except police is ordering something for reason best known to them that we don't know yet. But I can tell you for free that Joe Ajeru, he know they the right click. Forget if he's in the right click, if he's in the solid click, if you like,
so do you think
find him with anything. Oh, now same. That is the kind of Nigeria that we operate. For instance, where's Yaya Bello? Where's Yaya Bello till today? They don't settle Lamba. Ayo, let me give you pressure. Don't interrupt me if I want to give you reference.
Dr. BG.
Because as the spirit bring down, if you want to give you like 15 reference, but if you interrupt me, okay, let me leave time for my people. They are my people. I love them. Now then they show me love.
They try to talk to you no matter how.
Nigeria, I say na click this country. If you are in the right click, for instance, I stand to be corrected. I have not seen a video where Nnamdi Kanu brandish firearms. I stand to be corrected. I'm here to see the video. But Asari Dokubo, I've seen videos of him brandishing firearms. Asari Dokubo is walking freely today. I lie. So in this country, now click. Emefiele is suffering now because he know they did right click. During that election, we are Nigerians. All this is something we know. We are Nigerians. During the election, I can tell you, say, they go down reach out to Emefiele. Say, oh boy, I have a corporate now. Release Naira. Forget Buhari, release Naira. He no agree release Naira. He the sufferer now. If he had cooperated with the powers that be, no matter your sin in this country, if you are in the right click, Nigeria na click by click. If your click clicks, forget.
So Dr. Biji, going to this NLC.
It's true. If your click clicks.
So you did mention that 250,000 to 70,000. I mean, we will say if 250,000 or even 500,000 was too much, then how about 100 million naira for the president, 160 million for House of
Precious.
How about that? The reason I'm
saying
I
leave that one. No, you took me to 800 million. No, I want to go to 8,000. The VP that said if you arrest Shetima, why? Shetima, my guy, why? What people do you? You said 8,000 naira. That people, if you are help me now, you be journalist. I'm an analyst. Please help me.
That you know what they do. We know what they do.
Precious. From today, there must reduce your salary to 8,000. If you know, if you are a responsible youth, if you know what you are doing in life. You are a grandma. Promise. You be youth.
I can decide to be an irresponsible grandma because I can only use
your salary because
responsible.
See the wine. In fact, water that these people drink is more than 8,000 naira. You are living in taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money. They use 21 billion to allegedly build house for you.
But and the statement is allegedly made.
Precious, please. They are giving you electricity 24/7. You they fly private jet from our common patrimony. You they live large. You they wear the best guinea with 10-yard agbada. If you want to wear suit, you go back to Mongo Park days with trainers. Yes. You wear Mongo Park suit.
And you train for it.
And you train for it. That suit will be like Mongo Park. Now,
but you didn't wear Mongo Park suit this time.
We profound respect to my guy Shetima. That suit na designer suit o. Na Shetima no get good body to carry am o. No be say na anyhow. We profound respect. No, see. Sitting position. Yeah. You know, sir, when did they work? Wait.
Pressure. Okay, no wahala. Let me leave you.
So let me get the last headlines.
8,000 naira. 8,000 naira. How much is bag of rice? Wait, wait, imagine say Precious, if you dey collect
But why can't you
8k,
just look they talk like this now?
if you dey collect 8k,
Just promise give example. Maybe use
na poly bag you dey take dey sew cloth o.
comfortable.
All this nice suit wey you dey wear,
I feel attacked. Can
Where
you just
you-
promise and not me?
wey only you dey find like 35
She's the
people.
producer.
Shey na 8k dey sustain you.
She's the producer.
Promise you too, you wear suit today o. Wear 12 una, shey na 8k. See, let's be real. That's why you see that most of these people at the helm of affairs, they are disconnected from the people, people's pain. You know, sometimes when you see people crying, to them it's like as you are sitting opposite each other, what looks like 6 to me, if you are looking at 6 from my direction, will be 9 to you. W to me will be N to you. That's exactly how it is. You see, the pain of Nigerians, when they look at Nigerian face, they see it as smiles. That is, if you are not cut off from reality, if everything doesn't come free to you, that you don't even know the source of the food you are eating, they are just serving you the best meals, you will know that 8,000 naira, at least, promise, how much is data? How much data do you use in a month?
She uses more than 8,000 naira data.
She uses more than 8,000 naira
She's
data.
not, she's a very irresponsible youth.
You see, so
Okay, she's a youth that does not know what she's doing with her life.
okay, you don't know what you are doing with your life. Okay.
Dr. Deji, let's go. So the federal government is trying to take steps. The
Okay.
President Buhari did, let's say President Buhari, I beg your pardon. In March, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had mentioned.
Pressure, you love Buhari. Why you say President Buhari?
No, Buhari actually acted on this.
Can I beg to
Made it.
Jonathan also did. So at the government tried that the presidency said we're going to adopt
Okay.
Rushia's report. And the presidency even mentioned giving it speedy response, so expedited action, as it were. But till now, we're yet to see anything. And Bajibe Miller, the chief of staff, is saying that that there is no timeline for the implementation of the Stephen Rushia's report. And this brought a lot of hope to people because people thought that it's a good way to shrink agencies and parastatals and perhaps scrap the ones that were necessary to scrap to cut cost of governance. But if we can't cut the cost of governance, if we're not after this announcement and we're still very clumsy in executing it, then does it mean that we still remain the way we are? Because Jonathan tried, did not succeed. Buhari tried, did not succeed. This is Mauritius report too. Then now this present administration too.
Right, and instead of, to add to what she said, so cannot move on, instead of trying to adjust and collapse the agencies and ministries, we created, the president created livestock ministry, adding another, problems to what we already have, another cost to what we have.
Well, the thing is, you see,
agencies, so we have the Northeast and Southeastern Development Commission.
while you were reading the intro, I was just thinking in my head that why will government implement the Orosanye report so long as governance remains a source of employment? If you look in this country, if you remove the likes of Dangote, Lumelu, one of the major sources of employment is politics and governance, where you will see a governor appoint 1,000 special advisors.
Yeah, we have 2,000 in Rivers.
2,000 in Rivers. And if you look at the profile of those advisors, some of them are ragtags, scallywags, street urchins, cultists, notorious cultists. No, cultists is different from notorious cultists. Oh, Precious. Wait, for the record, my PhD thesis, I did the data collection in Rivers State during an election period. So when I speak, sometimes I may be jovial about it, but I don't speak in vacuum. No, I may not use the whole of my mouth to speak. I may censor what I say, but I don't speak in vacuum. So I know what I'm saying. These people that you call special advisors, especially when the election is coming, do you know who are those special advisors? These are guys that they know that, now you hold this space for this community. Now you be the rugged guy waiting there. Now you the influential. They will appoint you as special advisor. You will be collecting salary. Maybe when they now win the election, after 3 months or 4 months, they will ease all of you out. These guys now become problem to the society. So how will you expect? You see, we know the right thing to do. We just don't like to do it. Why can't there be a law restricting that you cannot have more than so special advisors, more than so commissioners? Why is there not a law in that regard? To the best of my knowledge, we only have that at the federal level. The law at the federal level opens, did not close. It says each state must be represented, but it doesn't say you must have so numbers. Now, to the ministry that you said, except my Greek teachers were wrong. Because when they created that ministry, I'm like, should they scam me for school? When I did primary school, secondary school, yes, I did agree. Except my teachers were wrong, or they no sabi book. Because in class, I listened well. Agriculture is in two phases: livestock rearing and crop production, isn't it? So if you have a ministry of agriculture, the ministry should naturally focus on crop production and livestock rearing. Now, yes, if you now create another ministry to satisfy, and I said it that ministry is not livestock, because it will be dominated by cattle rearers. The president did it to satisfy the interest of the Mieti Alas and co. So at the end of the day, if you get to that ministry, you where they rear chicken, you know get mouth. You where they rear fowl, you know go get level. You where they rear pig, you know go get level.
Should we preempt that?
Oh, precious. It is. See, read between the lines. Like the biblical handwriting of the word, Daniel 5:25. Mene teke opasin. The handwriting of the word on the word is very clear, crystal clear. If you trace the politics pre-Buhari period till now, you know that these people have been fighting for this thing, and now that they have it, what will now happen to the Ministry of Agriculture? Because you have to change that name to Ministry of Crop Production. Now that you have Ministry of Livestock, because agriculture is about crop production and livestock. And I sit down and I imagine, say, Tinubu, my guy, why? Is it that because if I'm president, if they bring it to me, I'll be like, no, agriculture is about crop production and livestock rearing. So this livestock something should have just been a department under the Ministry of Agriculture. Now you will build that ministry, will be replicated in the 36 states of the federation, because if they want to do something in Lagos, they must have offices. Look at the manpower. So government itself is overbloated. You have corrupt politicians that want to buy house in Dubai, that want to buy house in US, that want to buy house in UK. You have an overbloated civil service.
Thank you, Doctor.
And you are buying jets. How will there be money?
Dr. Digi, the Nigerians want to jump in.
Give my people chance. I love them. Listeners, I love you. Now they protect me from pressure.
Sorry.
Let them come protect me.
0700-903-903. That's the number to call if you're calling us directly. 0700-903-903-903. The WhatsApp line is 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338. Hello, good evening. Sarah, welcome, sir. Miss Ola from Chicago. Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Fine, thank you. You're welcome. Good evening, sir. Fine, thank you. You're welcome.
Good evening, sir.
No problem. No problem, I'm live on here. Let me talk to you later. No problem.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, Mr. La. Go ahead, please. Wayek can jump, yes. Until you're 18. Yes. Sir? No, you can talk about it. Part of that is still in the conversation. So go ahead and do that. You can talk about it. I say you can talk about it now. That's okay. Go ahead. Can you hear me, Mr. Na? Yes, I said yes, you can. You can go ahead and drop your thoughts on that. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, United Arab Emirates, UAE. Sorry, sorry. Well, sir, it's okay. Thank you. No, I appreciate you. You don't have to excuse yourself. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let us phone lines are still open, please. 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338. That's the WhatsApp number. 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening to you. Hello? Yes, please. Welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kingston. Go ahead. Be great.
Hello, sir. I greet you, sir.
Sir? Dr. Deji, it is you that will answer that question. You know that me, I don't answer questions. Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Dr. Deji will respond to you. Dr. Deji, you like to respond to that?
Well, the thing is, it is not within the powers of the government to cancel the election. It is INEC that can say, okay, an election is, I think, postponed. INEC can only cancel an election in areas where there is violence. So I think it is not within the powers of the Tinubu administration to say they want to cancel an election. If it were to be during the military era, we can say, okay, maybe the military might want to use its military might. But this government, I don't think we want to do that, because it will be met with stiff resistance. It will be met with unprecedented resistance, because the government right now, to my mind, is having a legitimacy crisis. Sincerely, if what's on the street is anything to go by, so during that kind of thing, you can only try to muzzle your way in, but you really can't cancel the election. What we can have is partial cancellation, whereby maybe the stronghold of the opponent, maybe there will be crisis there. Then INEC will say, oh, the election is declared inconclusive. That word inconclusive was very well used at some point in time. I think that's the only thing that we can have. I don't think this government will want to go to the extent of saying they want to cancel an election. And if I can drop a word as regards your show yesterday. Now, in fairness to yes, I listened quite to some of it. What I discovered about the man, Mr. Amakri, am I correct? In fairness to him, and I see that he himself appears helpless, and you can go back and listen to his submissions in that particular tape, in that particular interview. He himself appears helpless because we have a country that would assign a whole agency to the dictate of the president. That what I discovered from what he said yesterday, that the DSS exists to serve the president. And you ask yourself, what is going on in the minds, in the brain of the framers of the constitution? What will happen if Nigeria wakes up one day and you have a tyrannical person as the president?
So
what if tomorrow you have an intolerant person as the president, and you say that DSS exists to serve the president, that they only obey the dictate of the president?
But
so
by that
what will now happen?
Not mean just the DSS. I think it was subtly implying the entire security.
But he laid emphasis on the DSS.
That's what I'm saying. Almost, because both the police, the army,
and when they made reference to the police,
exactly, he also
the man said, if the IG doesn't obey, it's simple, he will lose his job. Those were his exact way, he will lose his job. So you can see that the security agencies themselves are helpless. And that's why I've said it, that you see, some of these things that you are going through, these security agencies, they are not spiritual. They are going through it. As you are complaining that life hard, they are complaining too. But the problem is that even they wish they have the freedom you have.
Oh, thank you.
They wish they can talk the way you can talk.
Thank you, Dr. Deji. Hello, good evening to you. Apologies for keeping you on hold a little bit. Welcome. What's your name, sir? Evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Please make it quick. Make it quick. We don't have all the time. Thank you. Go ahead, please. Oh, hi, Peter. Welcome. Good to hear from you again. You make it very quick, please. We don't have all the time. Thank you. Go ahead. Thank you. And no, you no. You not attack me with let you finish now. I'm giving people lesser time today because there is no time. No, there is no time. That's why I will not let you land. If it takes you 5 minutes to land, I will not wait for 5 minutes for you to land. And you have just hit. You're almost hitting 2 minutes now, and I wanted to do 1 minute 30 seconds, and I did 1 minute 30, 90 minutes for everybody. 90 seconds.
So can you go ahead quickly?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I had someone on hold. I think the person has left. Are you there? Good evening. Apologies for keeping you on hold. Go ahead, please. What's your name? Where are you coming from? It's okay. Go ahead. You're welcome. Yes, please. Yes, please.
You see? She has to wait 18.
So you're trying to say that not even just some people in their primary stage now, anybody who's already in primary, they should have started this with the present ingoing primary one students now.
It is even a bad policy.
To say that, I'm just saying, if you must implement it, you say that no child can get admission for primary one if you're not up to 5 or 6 years old. So that by the time you would have finished primary school and finished secondary school, you must have been up to 18 years old. It's an easiest way. It's just a very easy way to do it. We don't always have to do things that make us to have policy somersault, because at the end of the day, we may have to change this, or people will not take their children to Ghana to go and write for it. You know, it's the same way.
Precious, 2 seconds. Don't forget that eventually if you eventually gain admission, ASU strike is waiting for you. So if you gain admission at 21, ASU strike, SANU strike is waiting for you.
Hurry up, please. Apologies, I chimed into your time. Of course, the brain will be, Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Diji, with what he says, remember that if you look at the records of the best graduating students or the best results from WAEC and even JAM, most of the people who make the best scores for JAM and WAEC are within the age of 15, 16, 17.
See,
and not much of them are even 18 years old.
What I've been thinking in my head is, I can imagine how I will resist the temptation if I happen to be a head of department or a sub-dean or a dean, and I'm opportune to meet a 15 or 16-year-old child seeking admission and is qualified. The only thing that would hinder me from giving such a person admission is because there is one obnoxious law. Don't forget that this young sharp that the caller referred to, abroad, you get your BSc in 3 years. If that girl is to wait 3 years in Nigeria and her brain has become redundant, her mate abroad will be graduating. They will be wearing gown that they have BSc. Well, is it a crime to be in Nigeria?
All right, thank you. Hello, good evening, welcome.
So you cannot be intelligent again.
Welcome, sir. You're welcome, Mr. Kichiku. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Okay, can I ask you a question, sir? No, sir, no, just hang in there. Sorry, sir. The question now is, you have a child who tops her class, who is 15 years old now, that the person, the last caller just said. In fact, he even said he's about 14, 15, and he's in SS3, and she's the best in her class. And once she finishes this SS3 now, because she cannot write to her egg, tell me, what would that child be doing for the next 3 years till she gets to 18? And how will the parents, I'm coming, sir. How will the parents now continue to pay school fees for another 3 years for a class she's already exceeded and passed excellently? Do you also know, sir, that most of the people who graduate and do very, very well by the statistics and the result that we've seen in JAMB and WAEC, most of them are between the age bracket of 16, 17. How about that, sir? No, I asked a question so you can add it to what you're saying, sir. Go ahead. So, but you're not answering my question. Rather, you're regurgitating the same thing you've said again. You did not answer the solution to the problem. No, you're regurgitating and your time is eating up. Your time is gone. You're repeating what you already said before. You said that, you've said this over again. How do we solve the problem now? The ones that are already there. No, but I've never even mentioned don't implement the policy. I'm saying that for the ones that are already there now, what happens to them once they finish? How would they feel the vacuum of the next 2-3 years that is left for them to get to 18? What's your solution? All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Dr. Did you like to say something?
See,
thank you so much, sir.
This misplacement of priority.
This we have to remove.
No, the thing is, see, if by the grace of God Almighty, if I'm opportune in my life to earn a PhD, to earn masters in different climate, different continent, you expect me to sit down here and support in a country where people are turning to ritualists, kidnappers? And the few young ones, we are still looking for how to receive. Do you know the joy of God blessing you with a young child? They brought one 2-year-old girl to me, just 2-year-old. That 2-year-old blew me off my feet. The kind of intelligence that girl has. I wish the parent can just do change of name and say that you will give you. The kind of intelligence that 2-year-old has. If that girl follows that kind of line, imagine when she enters secondary school. That is a first-class product. In a country whereby there is misgovernance, corruption, maladministration, you leave the age bracket of a politician blank. Constitution, law, policies allow you, if you are 100 years, to become president. Despite the fact that when you are maybe 60 or 65, in any organization, it is widely assumed that your productivity has declined. They will ask you to retire. They will ask you to retire. But you will. But now they cannot reduce the age that if you are more than 65, if you are no longer able to function in a bank, if you are no longer able to function in another, why should you be president? Is Nigeria no more than a bank? You know,
someone is on the line.
And you don't need, and you just need a school certificate
to be a president.
You know, not even a school certificate. You need just to show evidence. For instance, if you want to contest for president, if I can come out and say, oh, I was there, me and Promise attend the same school, even if you don't have certificate, it's okay.
Hello, good evening to you.
We didn't address that. We are now saying, oh, come on.
Oh, hi, Faulkner.
You can do better, please.
Hi,
Hello,
welcome, Faulkner.
It's been a while. You're welcome.
Yeah, go ahead, Faulkner. Please. He said they should create what? Calm down, Faulkner, no vex. He said they should create what? The universities we have and secondary schools, have we finished creating and taking care of them? Okay, alright. Okay. Category. Okay. Thank you, Faulkner. Thank you.
Some of our Nigerian politicians, majority of them, their kids are in university before 18. Their kids are in university before 18. How dare you, no matter who you are, want to limit the intellectualism of a child? Just because that's why I'm surprised about the second to the last caller. That if a child happens to be brilliant, if God has given that child the wisdom of Solomon, you now want to say that, oh, that child must wait till 18. Why is it that we like to go back? We go back to old anthem. We are now going back to the days whereby your hand have to touch your hair before you are allowed to enter school.
Well, you know that kind of life is that? Told us the reason why we went back to it. I'm coming. Someone is on the line. Hello, good evening to you. Good evening, are you there? Hello? You just want to hear our voice. Hey, good evening, welcome. Yes, welcome. Oga, you still don't understand the point. I'm sorry, sir. I think we were getting it wrong. The law is not that a child will enter. I'm coming, sir, now. I'm sorry, sir. Let me just correct that. No, let me correct that. You go to your second point. You will go to your second point and I'll give you your time. The law is not that a child would not only get admission in 18 by 18. No. The law is that for you to even write WAEC, you have to be 18 years old. For you to write JAM. And remember that writing WAEC does not mean that you have entered the university already. Most people write WAEC this year.
You still have post-JAM.
They write JAM next year before they get into university. So it is the writing of WAEC at 18 that is the question. So go ahead with your second thought. Go ahead. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Lagos one, I promise.
In fairness to government, just a quick one. I love government policy of scrapping degrees from all these Ghana, Togo, and I laugh. Some of our celebrities, British, that we go to one mushroom school in Benin Republic to go and collect one honorary doctorate degree. They now be calling themselves Naija, hypocrisy. You see,
don't use that for work. It's just
let's go back
if you give me time, I will tell you the difference between a real PhD and honoris causa, which is the honorary doctorate degree. First, for you to be given an honorary doctorate degree, it means that you have made giant strides. You have made unimaginable impact in your community and field of endeavor. Alex Ekubo, I can count the movie that I've seen him in. I just saw one day on social media wearing gown in a parlor with two people wearing gown. You see, Nigeria is a funny country. Wait, when they want to award honorary doctorate degree, is it in a parlor? Is it in a parlor that they do convocation? At least I've been able to participate in convocation before, and I've seen where they are awarding honorary doctorate degree. They will go and pay some thousands of dollars to one school in Benin Republic. Why are we certificate crazy? If you want to be a doctorate title, go and read, go and do research, go and do thesis. I almost died. One crazy Okada that carried me when I went to River State. Rain was falling. He got you see, Jesus Christ. That guy went to throw me inside one pit because rain has fell and maybe the guy is high on one substance, I don't know.
That was your journey to getting your PhD.
Oh my God. I will tell you the story some other time. You know that it's not an easy thing.
Welcome. Jonathan, you're welcome. Go ahead very quickly.
Good evening, sir.
So, Dr. DJ,
why not create a policy as a government? If I'm the Minister of Education, I would rather create a policy that if you are able to show exceptional brilliancy, that you are able to gain admission into university at the age of 15, or you get A1 straight in your WAEC, there's a reward that government will give to you.
That's small.
Maybe
After this one,
shout out to Olukoya of MFM,
right.
who says that if you are a member of his church and you bag a first class, he will give you free car and money. Why can't if Olukoya of MFM can do that? What is stopping government? Olukoya of MFM is giving people that bag first class car, but the government of the country that he is residing in is limiting access to education.
To you. Welcome.
Good evening, sir.
You're welcome, Michael. Go ahead. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. You too. Have a good evening. Thank you. Nice. Bye.
A 13-year-old can manage a home. Wife duties. Maybe Precious and Promise can educate us. A 13-year-old.
I do not. I'm not managing a home at 13.
A 13-year-old will be managed. No, as a wife duties as a woman. Because if you marry a 13-year-old, you know what brain lies in the head of a 13-year-old that you say the 13-year-old should be ministered to get pregnant, to carry baby. A 13-year-old that should still be under monitoring. You didn't understand the meaning of that. Should I use another word?
Let's go to the message.
Should I use another word? Maybe you don't understand.
Sometimes my English comprehension, comes in a bit foggy in the evenings. So I don't
even want to think about that.
It is sad. And you see, a country where you see politicians, they will be brandishing 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl. I remember the case of Yerima.
Yeah.
You leave all the adult beautiful girls.
We don't have all the time. This is coming from His Royal Highness Good evening, precious friends and guests. The mistake PDP will do, the worst mistake they will do in 2027 is to present Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as a flag bearer. To be honest with you, precious, it will be a Christmas gift for the APC.
Okay. All right, Godwin Chukwuka says, good job, my people. You guys are doing a great job. Please. Okay. Thank you. And Osman Kilo says, good evening, precious. We are battling unknown enemies in this country. Kenneth Wanfo, thank God, Anozie Ngozi, I see all of you and I appreciate you.
Eventually, Professor says, trust Nigerians. This age limit thing will make many parents to start forging birth certificates so that their children can meet up the age range. That will.
Sylvester Igwe says the minister was right, and Emmanuel says 19-20 years is already a graduate in abroad. But we in Nigeria, we want them to be in university till 25 years. So when when do you want them to look for jobs with experience? How do you even want them to cope? And the Bob Biosoma says, consign me. Taking my daughter to Canada next year. Nigeria should enjoy their backwardness.
And it says if government wants to do it better, they should put into law that if anyone wants to contest any ambition for president or to chancellor, their children must compulsory attend public schools in Nigeria and live.
Oh, by the way, that bill was almost coming, including that of health tourism, but it was pushed like with speed, with the speed of light.
They crushed that one, have you?
Yes. Amaka, you're saying you love our guest. Amaka from Abashon Estes, and this says.
When who say you love me? Nah, man.
No, yes.
Nah, 14 years old. I beg you.
That says my daughter is 13 years, brilliantly schooling with scholarships with with at least second position all through her exams. Please, will she wait for 2 extra years to reach 18 years before writing
a brilliant girl like that.
Godfrey from Surulere is greeting us and he's saying, I like the street mature response from Atiku to Bode George. From the way Nigeria is crawling now without legs, how sure is Bode George that Nigeria can crawl to 2027?
Okay. Oladewale will see you, all the messages you sent. Thank you. Kenezike will see you. I see all of you and I appreciate you. Unfortunately, we can't take all your messages. Okay, let's see if I can take one from Oladewale. He said, Oba, Emperor, Ijoba. That was just Yoruba language.
Shola Shodi says, in the recent time, how many Northerners perform excellently in JAM or WAEC? Only Southerners and Easterners. Why should they not put age limits? Okay.
Right.
And this says, I believe that article's ambition is more than anything else will be going to disintegrate the PDP.
Okay, all right, let's see if we can take a few more calls, 2 or 3 more, and then we get going. Hello, good evening to you. Hi, good evening. You're welcome.
Good evening, thank you.
What's your name, please, and where are you calling from? Okay, go ahead, please. By A level, you mean what? You mean by A level with Nigerian system? How would you rate that? Okay. And those schools are free. The A levels are free. Ah. Oh wow. That is like an OND.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Of course, yes. Madam, no, it's but your time is up. Your time is up. You don't have much time. You want to rush that through, please. Very good.
But that's also more money.
But that's
also
more
money and
expenses.
expenses. That's the thing.
You mean that it's better than staying aloof?
It's better than Nigeria to trap your destiny.
Yes, we hear that they're not renewing.
Their license.
Yes. Are we not enriching other countries' academic
But with
system
the exchange rate of today,
Oh,
how
thank
many
you so
people
much.
Can
can?
afford it. That's the thing.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. The promise, our messages, we can't even read any of them because. Let's see. Okay, so let's see if I can help you read some of them very quickly. What you're reading. Good evening. Please, can I ask the Minister of Education where is he from? Calling from the Indian budget. Where the Minister of Education from?
No.
It's a hero man.
I don't know. It's from the north. Is there not an
Mary from Okeapa says parents should not agree with the idea of writing WAEC at 18 because most children finish SS3 at the age of 15, 16. When you said a lot, but we'll just stop it at that.
Skin Mary from Apara says if our leaders should continue to rule Nigeria the way they are ruling, that Nigeria continues to go down, it will pose serious danger for them as leaders. That is what happened to that red member, that he almost took his life, but it's shown that the people represent.
Right, Precious Promise and Dr. DJ short of words. J from Igbomustgo sent in that message.
Emperor says, if you read Emperor's message, I think Tinubu is trying. I think we should give him some time. They are really trying to know you. Let's give them one.
And this one says Precious and Promise. Honor the experience for this program, it still be VOP. Sorry, I have been trying to call you, but network has been frustrating. And because will not be reading your messages. Sorry now. Sorry.
Quite a lot. The problem of the present regime of Tinubu is characterized with trial and error. That's because they are using the yardstick which he governed Lagos as a measure in governing the entire country. He said, "Why it was there?" And this says, PRP, my name is Chinedu from Alaba International. God bless you. We're going to stop repeating and soliloquizing to ourselves. Tomorrow another person is coming as you'll get till end of. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Precious, for continually bringing prolific, factual, and objective analysis to your program. I worked on Esther's segment. Let's forget about that.
From 7 and 8 says, and remember that Rotimi and Michi said that what they are doing. They are doing what they are doing because we are not schooling them. So the Northerners are waking up to do what Amici asked us to do. Like the leaders to know that they are our servants and not our lords.
Precious, this exercise is contagious. Please keep the good on. This 18 years, I hope they are considering time to be wasted by ASU too.
They say Dr. Deji is a confirmed intelligent man. Anytime he's in the studio, promise.
He's an intelligent guy, man.
You're accusing me, Precious. She didn't see anything.
Okay, so Dr. Deji, let's
thank you, my people, for protecting me. Now they protect me from pressure. So,
hell, Dr. Deji,
well, the thing is, if you want to have more of me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I drop all the lyrics. Polythink with Omoshola Deji. So if you search YouTube Polythink, that's POLITHINK. POLITHINK. Polythink with Omoshola Deji.
Drop your lyrics.
Now there they drop my lyrics. Subscribe, turn on the notification button. Let's make it happen.
So you
Edo election is coming. Now you need political scientists to bring all the insightful analysis. So we make it happen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Deji. My name is Precious A. And
I promise A on Instagram. I'm promising official and other social media handles.
All right, my name is Precious A. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Well, if you want to follow me, like my village people, my most active social media would be YouTube, and that is at Precious Amy TV on YouTube. Precious ENYI TV on YouTube. Amy means friend, and I love to be a friend to the end. Protect your mental health and love you. Good night.